Can you talk a little bit about compromise within your industry and when it's necessary?
Well, there's always compromise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the nature of this beast, is that you are dealing with an industry that is both an art form and a commercial enterprise. And you have to recognize that, and as a producer, your job is to find a way to marry those two things together, artistic vision and commercial enterprise. In order to do that, what I believe is you have to have a very strong artistic vision to begin with. And that's what we always look for as a producer. And an artistic vision that is ambitious, an artistic vision that is coherent, that has a unified aesthetic, that actually, you know, is someone who has something to say. And then, of course, when you apply the commercial reality of the project and the market for the project, there are going to be changes. And some of that artistic vision may have to get compromised, may have to modulate more towards the middle. That's sort of a natural process, and it's not necessarily a bad process. Right. But you have to know that and understand what that means and understand both perspectives. So when I was working with Coppola, he was very sophisticated about this, and as he used to say to me, you have to shoot for 150% of what you want, because you're always going to get whittled down to 60%. So begin with something really great and ambitious, and recognize that you may not get it all, and then know where to lose the battles and win the war. So that was a great lesson for me. And now, of course, when I do work with writers and creative types who have wonderful ideas, I'm always looking for someone who has something very ambitious that they want to do and try to do. And then recognizing, of course, that you'll never achieve it all, but at least you're starting with something very great to begin with. It's because it's a commercial industry. And ultimately, you need a great deal of resources and money to create your art. So it's an art form that has to be responsive to an audience, because an audience is going to sort of dictate what resources might be appropriate for this subject matter. Obviously, if you're writing poetry, the market for who you write is not that critical, because the cost of making the poetry is not that big.
That's true.
Right. So I completely agree with you. That's why, as a producer, you have such an interesting role in the industry, because your job is to work between the artistic, creative visionaries and the businessmen focused on sales and promotion and financing, right? So you have to kind of be savvy enough to be able to have conversations with both types of people and help bring them together and find the middle ground that everyone can agree about.